So what goes into having good defense? First, you need to understand that there's more than one form of defense in boxing. So in this video, I'm going to show you every single defensive move that you can practice to become a better fighter. But make sure you watch to the end as I save the best for last. First, we have the slips. When you're slipping, you want to imagine that there's a line right in front of you and you're getting off that center line with your head. You also want to transfer weight onto each leg as you're slipping. Don't slip too far down because then you have a possibility of slipping into a punch. So you want to slightly get off that center line in both directions. Once you got the slip down, then you got to learn how to throw off of the slip. So if I slip to the left, I have my weight on my left foot. Then I want to use my left hand and transfer my weight on my left foot onto my left hand to create more power. Same thing with my right. Slipping to the right, have my weight on my right foot. Use that weight, transfer onto your right hand. Get more power from that right hand. So you want to slip to the left, throw a combination. Slip to the right, throw a combination. Second, we have the roll. When you roll, you want to imagine that you're making a U with your head and you're also still getting off that center line. So don't roll too close. Get off that center line with your roll. Do not look at the ground and also bend your knees, not your back. I see a lot of beginners use their back more than they use their legs. They be doing this. You want to bend your knees, not your back. You will hurt your back. Bend your knees, make a U with your head, and get off that center line. You don't want to roll like this because there's no movement there. You're still in the center line. You're still going to get hit with that 1-2. You want to get off that center line, make a U with your head. Also, you need to throw off of the roll. So when I roll to the left, I want to come up with the combination. Use that weight that I have, transfer it onto each punch to generate more power. Roll, boom, 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 boom. Roll, boom, boom, boom. The third defensive move is going to be a duck. But you want to make sure when you duck, you're not ducking straight down. You're going to eat an uppercut. You're still getting off that center line with the duck, but this time you're doing it just a slight amount. You want to duck straight down and get off that center line. You want to keep your hands up. So you want to duck to the right, duck to the left. Now you want to throw off of the duck. And the best punch to throw off of the duck is the uppercut because you have all your weight on your front foot and you're slightly off that center line to come up with the uppercut. Both directions, boom. And a great fighter that did this was Mike Tyson. He would get off that center line, duck straight down, come up with a power punch. Now that's how you duck the correct way. Just don't duck straight down. You still want to get off that center line. If you go straight down, you can still eat an uppercut. You get off that center line, you're going to dodge the punch by 1 inch. Next, I'm going to show you how to parry a punch and how to block a punch. So first, let's do the parry. When you parry a punch, you do not want to open up your guard. Do not extend and try to parry out here. You're just going to leave your guard wide open. You do not want to do that. You want to stay in tight, wait for the punch to come to you, bam, parry it. Parry it. Do not swat it down because then you leave your guard wide open. You want to stay in tight and parry right here, right by your face. Do not also try to swat it from out here. Same thing, you're gonna leave your guard right open, you're gonna get hit. And that's how you parry a punch. Now I'm gonna show you how to block a punch. When you're blocking a punch, you're catching it, right? So as you catch a punch, you kind of want to come up with it and you catch up tight. Do not reach out and try to catch a punch from out here because you leave your guard right open, you're gonna get hit. Catch a punch, catch a punch. If your hands are low and they're gonna aim for your head, just come up. Come fast up, boom, boom. Same with the body. You do not want to drop your whole hand as you're blocking a body shot. You want to bend your knees and get low with your hand. Get low. That's how you block a body shot. You're to do this and you leave your guard right open. If they do a body shot and a head shot, you're going to eat the head shot clean. Once you learn how to catch a punch and how to parry a punch, now you got to throw off of it. So you're going to do a catch and a shoot. So if I parry, I'm going to come over with my left hand. If I parry a punch with my right hand, throw with my left hand. If I parry a punch with my left hand, throw with my right hand. And when you're catching and shooting, it's the exact same thing, right? So catch up top, shoot with my opposite hand. Catch up top, shoot with my opposite hand. You can throw more than one punch when you're catching and shooting. Same thing when you're doing a parry. Remember, throw off of each defensive move. That's how you're going to become a better defensive fighter and offensive fighter. The fifth defensive move we have is the pullback and the step back. When you're doing a step back, you're stepping back with both legs. Now, when you're doing a pullback, you're only stepping back with your back leg. One thing to make sure when you're doing the pullback is to not only use your back. If you only use your back, you're gonna hurt your lower back. You're also super off balance. So if your opponent steps in with a couple of punches, he's gonna hit you and you're gonna fall because you're off balance doing this movement. So you wanna pull back with your back foot and you still have a lot of balance here. If you're doing a step back, you're going back with both feet. Now I'm gonna show you how to throw off of it. When you do a step back, you open up that distance, right? So if your opponent is too far out, now you gotta step right back in. Just don't lunge in, you're gonna step back in. If you're lunging in, you're reaching in. So when you step back in, you wanna get off that center line as well and come back in with the cross or the 1-2. I prefer the cross because I could get off that center line, then I could throw off of my cross. So boom, 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 boom. So you're gonna do a step back, and then get off that center line with the cross. Now with the pullback, it's more of a counter move. As your opponent throws you a jab or a 1-2, you're gonna pull back, dodge both of the punches, have your weight on your back foot, use that weight, transfer it onto your cross, boom, attack. As soon as you pull back, attack. It's a counter move. That's how you counter. You wanna slip and throw, slip and throw, pull back, throw, pull back, throw. It doesn't have to be a single punch, you can throw in a combination, but it's timing. Timing is key. As soon as you pull back, you gotta attack. They're gonna come in, they're gonna meet you with that cross. Next, we have the pivot. A pivot is a great way to get out the way when you're in trouble, and is also a great way to create angles on your opponent. So I'm gonna show you how to pivot the correct way. When you go into the left, you wanna first step out with your front foot and get off that center line at the same time, and then turn your body, and then you're out the way. That's how you pivot to the left. Now, when you're going to the right, you wanna cross your feet just a little bit. First step out with your front foot, and turn out. That's how you pivot to the right. So left and right. I'm gonna show you again one more time slow. Going to the left, you're getting off that center line, hands are up. I just created a whole nother opening on my opponent by creating better angles for myself. Same thing when you're going to the right. You wanna cross and then turn. Now you gotta learn how to throw off of each pivot. So let's say I was in the ropes. My opponent's coming in on me, and he's coming in with aggression, right? So I wanna pivot out as he's coming in, he throws a punch, I'm getting out, boom, boom. The last one you need to know, and only do it when you're in trouble, is the clinch. A clinch is gonna save you when you're in trouble, but you need to learn how to do it the correct way. It's really important. I see a lot of fighters actually get knocked out pretty bad when they're trying to clinch because they're hurt and they try to clinch with their hands right open. So this is how you clinch the correct way. If you're hurt, you do not want to try to hug your opponent from out here, right? Because then you leave your guard right open and you're gonna get hit. You want to first, you're in trouble, right? So you're in the ropes, you're in trouble, you're blocking punches, then you got to get off that center line and you want to kind of rush into them as you're clinching. So this is the way I clinch. I do not do this. As I'm in trouble, I'm getting hit. I don't want to do this. I open myself up too much and I'm going to get hit. I want to bend my knees, get low, and then grab my opponent. Boom. And then right here, I can turn them out. That's how you clinch, guys. You want to make sure you get off that center line. You're grabbing your opponent and then you spin out. Or you can clinch him until the ref says break, until he breaks you guys up. That's how you clinch the correct way. Do not open from up here. You're going to get hit. Now you need to mix them all up to get better range of motion and to be less predictable. For example, if I keep slipping to the left over and over again, my opponent's going to know my next move and he can use that to his advantage. You do not want to do that. You can add a slip, add a roll, add a pullback, add a block, add a parry, a couple more slips, a couple more rolls, a couple pullbacks, parries, blocks, pivot. Mix them all up. Don't be so predictable. If you made it this far into the video, then I know you're serious about improving your defense. And like I said, I say the best for last. The best defensive move, boxing style, is keeping your distance, being a distance fighter. But also to be a distance fighter, you need to be light on your feet. You need to know your distance. You also need to be a good counter fighter. You gotta be smart inside the ring, okay? So I'm gonna show you right now. But before I show you how to be a great distance fighter, I need you to study two fighters if that's the style you're going for. Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Mayweather. They mastered the art of boxing, of hitting and not getting hit. But now I'm going to show you how to become a great distance fighter. First things first, you gotta learn how to measure your distance between you and your opponent by sticking your jab out. Keep sticking the jab out. If your opponent takes one step forward, you're taking one step back, but you're still measuring him with your jab. The second thing is being a great counter fighter. If your opponent keeps rushing in at you, that's when the check hook comes in. Slip two comes in. Counter uppercut comes in. You gotta be a great counter fighter. Make your opponent pay for every mistake that he shows you. Third thing is you gotta master the clinch. When you're in trouble, you need to learn how to clinch the correct way, as I showed you in the video. Do not open up too wide. These fighters are really good at clinching. They are not gonna stand there and bang toe to toe with their opponent. When they're in trouble, when they're in the ropes, they'll grab you, spin you out, and get back at distance. That's where they're the best. That's where you're gonna be the best, is by keeping your distance. But that's it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.